Hello everybody, this is Simon with Let's Play Sonic 2006. We've got a solid 3-level streak of Shadow's versions of levels being the best versions of levels. So is the same true for Aquatic Base, which I'm gonna fix real quick here? Yeah, it is. This is absolutely the best Aquatic Base. Is it a good level? Hell no, it's still boring as hell. But we don't have Knuckles, we don't have any stupid platforming which can really easily kill you, and we do not have to ride on silver balls. I rest my case. Anyway, these first rooms are, we've seen this before. There's a cute hidden fiver here, which, doesn't matter. And now we get into this room where again we have to kill all the enemies. Nothing new here. However, it's a lot more enemies, which is annoying. However, we now have a bike, which is useless. But hey, I'm gonna take it out for a ride. It's kind of fun. I don't know, it still steers like ass, obviously. You can see how I'm having trouble controlling it here. Where's this lizard going? You are protected from enemy attacks, so that's something. It's really hard to steer and to aim, but you're gonna take what you get. Whee! Bike time! Where's the last enemy? Where is it? There it is. Okay, anyway, this is the perfect time to get rid of the bike. Now for a nice design moment. If you kill all of the lizards, you have exactly full power here to get into Chaos mode, and then you can easily kill these guys in one fell swoop. I love this. This is not something I realized it was possible when I was first playing the game, because I didn't realize how the Chaos boost worked at all. However, now that I do, this is really good. I like this. The game doesn't communicate it, but it's great. This is why I was stunning these worms, because if they do go underground, you get hit, because, it's a little stupid, and then you have to wait for them to get back up, and it's really annoying, and you can't see where they are, and so it's better to just stun them. I'm trying to kill this guy just with the stuns, almost managed, but yeah, it deals damage now, level 2, awesome, great, isn't it awesome? Yeah, it's not great, but hey, whatever. You can of course also skip all of the enemies by directly teleporting to the bumper here, but that creates its own issues later on, so I'm not doing that. Also, you lose out on a lot of points. A little bit of silver action here, don't we love it when we have some silver action? I was kind of expecting this guy to not die, but I think one of the boxes spawned into it because, silver. and glitching a little bit out, I've never seen that happen before. Of course, this is our silver, so he has all of the abilities, so I wanted to do a slam here, but I was already on the ground and everybody was very sad. I do not know how to get up to this platform over there. I have no idea, it's just not high enough, there's no spring, I can't ride on the spike ball, so I don't know, I've tried a little bit, but then a spike ball spawned in practice and hit me and I was sad, so whatever. This is the perfect use case for the throw all of the things you picked up at once. So somehow this part of the level is much better for Silver than it was in his own version of Aquatic Base, go figure. Because you can just barrel through them with spike balls. That's kind of fun. Also, while I was recording this attempt, I was like, so is there anything under these boxes? Because I didn't check before, and there's an invisibility here. Cool. Useless now, of course, but hey, free 200? 500? I forgot. Points, hey, still got it. And I'm gonna use that during the S-rank run. Yay. This was a little scary here because kind of glitched off that weird pillar in the front, which looks like a control panel, but hey, you're just, going there. Now look at this after I kill these guys. Do you already see the laser wall peeking from behind the pillar there? Let me show you real quick. Here, to the side, yeah? You can't go through here. You could in Silver's version, so they somehow fixed it for Shadow's version. You can still do this, of course, breaking the puzzle entirely, and you can also just glitch onto the wall because Silver jumps high enough. You do get damaged that way, but But I'm kind of impressed that they managed to make this better in this iteration. I do think that they kind of made Shadow's levels last in some cases. There are some that were made for Shadow first in mind, but a lot of these feel like a bit of a redux version, where they cut out some of the rooms, they condensed it. For Radical Train, for sure, they cut out all the middle parts because it just didn't fit Shadow in some way, or because I didn't want to repeat it entirely and couldn't figure out what to do uniquely for Shadow, I guess. But in some ways this does make the levels better, because the biggest problem a lot of these levels have is that they have parts that are not good and they go on for too long. This part, however, is kind of fun, because if you want the ring boxes, which is not worth it, you have to do this weird dance. You don't have to use the ring boxes. I'll show that in the S-rank run, but I wanted to do it once just because it's fun. Yeah, we have to do this weird song and dance again. They really intended for you to do this. I have no other explanation for how you could possibly get that silver medal, and so they were aware of this weird hover trick, and then they demanded you do it for the collectibles. It's really weird because it looks janky as hell, and it's absolutely terrible every time. This one is probably the least bad of these. Anyway, this is also something I discovered when looking around these levels. Sometimes you do prepare and practice, you know. This full chaos meter. I do like how it's used, but there is a certain issue with it. And I am actually quite lucky here in that I discover something interesting, and that is that you can destroy the metal boxes. So I play around with it. I didn't know that. It's like these rocks which you have to destroy for the Kingdom Valley. They are apparently coded the same way, I guess. Don't forget this one, because you can't go back. And do hit that switch, by the way. Yep, do hit that switch. Just, you know, just keep it in mind. And also I'm wasting a little bit of time here to kill these things. You can have a nice teleport chain, it just doesn't work for some reason, so I'll give up here. Why is it good that I waste time? Well, because the chaos meter runs out now. And there is something I don't quite realize about the interaction of the chaos meter and these things here. Because we already know that there is a certain issue with the homing attack, and any targets after you are chaosed up. Keep that in mind for the failure reel, okay? Later. Anyway, second part. We skip a lot. This is Sonic's Act 2, and there is a lot of rooms, for example, you know, floating on silver balls, which are gone. We do not have the anti-gravity, so we can't go invincibly through here, so we actually have to wait for the lasers. I get a little bit impatient here, lost a lot of rings anyways, doesn't matter. So this also actually kind of works better than Sonic's version. Go figure. And this one here, you know how terrified I was of this launcher here just killing me with Sonic? Well, they cut out the entire awful platforming segment here. So the room is immediately better. There's just nothing here anymore, and the ramp deposits you directly at the end. You would figure that like Sonic and Shadow, they can control it, like in universe, how far they go. That Sonic just decides to not go far enough. Yeah, I don't know. Makes no sense. Anyway, now we have another fun part of the motorcycle just blasting through here. It's really fun. Like, I like this. It's cool. And you don't have to kill all the enemies here so that you open a door. You had to in the previous corridor, but nothing here needs to be genocided. So if you want to, you can just barrel through here and just go. And it's cool because just whatever, somebody left a motorcycle here and Shadow knows how to drive because he took his driver's license test. That's awesome. I'm still killing these bozos because A, it's fun, B, have to turn around for the silver medal anyway. Yeah. Now we can try the chaos on them. Easy. Very, very simple points, of course, because I still think that I can get the S-rank. Spoilers, I can't. This is not the S-rank run, because this is actually kind of tight. It's much tighter than for Sonic and Silver because we have less level, so we can't just kill people all the time. Like, this is the only one of these Magret rooms as well, which again improves the pacing 1,000-fold, because there is nothing to be gained by having two rooms where you just instant kill everything. And there is also no magnet pillars in the room where you have to have the big fight. There is also a glitch here which always kills a group of enemies. I don't know. Let's stop worrying about it. We're already in the last room. This is great, isn't it? And there is a sneaky little trap here, and this is one of the few times where I actually use the breakdance, because if you are inside an enemy, it deals a lot of damage. Very nice. Do not dive down on me. What I also like about this room compared to the other two hedgehogs is how the various waves of enemies spawn in on various heights. You notice that I missed the silver medal, huh? Sneaky, isn't it? I was like looking at the guide and I was like, no, there is one more here. It's very dense concentration of silver medals. Cost me the chaos boost, but hey, let's do this legit for now. Otherwise, you can also really quickly zoom through here. And I do think that they kind of intended that. By the way, stupid idea to go for the lightspeed dash here, but yeah, you gotta try something sometimes. And just zoom from enemy to enemy. It's really cool, in my opinion. It's fun. I like that when that happens. And I'm going to show it off in the S-rank run, so don't worry. I'm gonna show you cool stuff. And also this one here, of course, is much worse if you don't have the zoom function. But again, the way these enemies come in waves here, it works much better in my opinion than it does for the other two hedgehogs. First of all, because Shadow is much better in killing a large wave of enemies. Sonic is better for single target damage, yes, with the bounce and the anti-gravity, but Shadow can just really clean house here. This is not necessary now because this is the last enemy, but you know, we do this to show off. And generally, it's just the combat is smoother in general, the waves are better paced, and the enemies are better placed. So it just adds up to being a much more nicer experience in general. And as you can see here, even though I had some rings at the end, and you're not keeping them through the silver section, there are not that many rings actually afterwards, and I had a decent enemy score, the time bonus is not very high, so that means you do actually need to kind of hoof it. And I like that. It's better than getting the S-rank handed to you on a platter just for not dying and doing a lot of combat. See you after the cutscene.
Chaos control! What? Stop. Who are you?
I'm Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow, your face, your form, I will remember. Your death, certain. You will die.
Did you do it? Yes. And you?
Yes. The flames are properly sealed. It's done. You're going to leave it behind?
Yes. I already know what becomes of it in the future. It's time to return.
Yes, of course.
Chaos control!
You're back sooner than I expected. Omega is still in pursuit of Mephiles. So, where's the kid? What did you find 10 years ago?
I need you to access GUN's database. Specifically, find out what materials the Scepter of Darkness was made from.
Sure. But you haven't answered my question yet.
I found the means to seal Mephiles.
Wow, that was a lot of plot I don't care about. So let's hear it for this guy from Gun.
Respond. The location of the Scepter of Darkness is unknown, but there is
An archaeologist, you say? Maybe start with this Tomb Raider cosplayer. Oh, we are immediately in a town mission. Wow, the pacing of Shadow's town segments does not screw around. We're gonna do this next time. For now, while we're waiting for the S-rank run, why don't you give the video a like if you liked it? Oh god, I hate myself whenever I do this. Anyway, for the S-rank run, we're just gonna have to be a little bit more efficient. So let's do this. Everything I do here is just a little bit more streamlined. Like, there is no good way, except if you're running speedrunning tricks and glitching through doors, of course, to speed up what I was doing. I don't think that there was anything I particularly missed in parts of going somewhere fast and so on, but I'm going to try to just be, as I said, a little bit more efficient here, which also involves not using the stupid bike. Yeah, homing attack is good enough for this. Absolutely, yes. This was not very efficient, getting hit by these guys, but it's always a little bit of a gamble where the laser goes and when they start it up. And we can immediately get into chaos mode, and then we start the worm chain. It's like the blockchain, but not stupid. Let's go. And another one. And another one. You really gotta like how it snaps to even the ones that are extremely far away. It's great. Again, I could jump directly up there using the glitching through the cage, but I'm not doing that because I fear that it might break some scripting later, like not open the door on top. Actually, wait, it doesn't open the door on top. Sorry, I misremembered. If you do that, then the door on top doesn't open. Like, they thought of everything. I found this out during testing. Never mind. So yeah, now I had to get the last verb, which is always, there's always one that's remaining. So that's not super duper great efficient, but you can probably do it if you're a speedrunner, if you know exactly where they spawn. I don't, I'm just playing the game, it's fun. But yeah, silver, just, you know, try to make sure that you have a safe landing here so that you avoid any weird mishaps, and then we go on here. Can I manage to do it now? Yep, this is what I planned to do the first time, but didn't quite work out. Ignore everything up there. And this time also I know that they're going to spawn a nice circular pattern here, so boom! Not quite all of them, but close enough. Then this happens, but again, it's silver, so you're probably always gonna get hit. We get the dancing lizards here. And can I do this, like the counterattack? Somehow this guy killed himself, so we slap and we go on. Easy, easy. Not a problem. So now this time here, will I do the speedrun trick? To shortcut here a little bit? Yeah, of course I'll do it. But first, so that the guys don't annoy me, absolutely kill them first. They do nothing but sweep around a little bit, and then they do a dive bomb attack, and you really don't want this to happen while you're glitching around something. So in this case here, you can easily destroy the boxes if you place them wrong, but I didn't. In this recording, I did in others. Anyway, this part here, again, a little bit more efficient to not go for the cool homing attacks, unless you want to show off. Of course, showing off is always worth more points, but here is a sneaky auto jump segment that you can immediately go here. If you're not going for the stupid hovering silver medal, you also save like 30 seconds, so that's also nice. Just another point for the efficiency here. And ideally I can just get the stupid homing attack on the enemy itself, and camera, don't fail me now, reset the falling, and here we go. I'm making good use of the lightning here, so that's something to be said for that. So a level that actually helps to use all of your abilities in. That's crazy, that has never been heard of. Isn't it like half of the abilities in this game are useless? Fancy that, it only depends on knowing when to use them, I guess. But you know, I'm learning as I'm going here. I thought that this was completely useless, but it's not. Anyway, don't forget to hit the trigger, because otherwise something bad happens. And I get the 203 points for the 1-up. Don't bother with these guys here, kill them via explosions maybe. I don't even look. Cool guys don't look at explosions. And down we go. And the thing is that I'm deliberately wasting time here, because yeah, I had some bad experiences with the S-rank run. This is the one bad part of the level here, where you can just die because of stupid platforming. if you are KS'd up. If you're not, this is fine, because Shadow's homing attack is much better than Sonic's, so it's not that big of a deal, and also there's only one of these dumb rooms for him. Of course you can't like use the gems to glitch it out, but whatever. You can also use the lightning to like reset your position in the air a little bit, so that you can have a more precise homing attack through these. Isn't it great? There's just a lot of things you can do with our little Shadow Boy, huh? When I first played him, I thought that he was the most basic of the hedgehogs. Like, he just didn't feel like he did much except for homing attack, homing attack, homing attack, and then hammering the button. But if you play him smartly and use all of his abilities, there's a lot of depth to it, and I really appreciate that I got to learn that now that I'm replaying everything and going in depth for the Let's Play. And I feel like there's a lot of these situations for this game where if you give it a little bit of a chance and get creative with what you can do, there's a lot more to what you think is a boring and flawed. Yes, it is still flawed, but you know, it's glitchy and half of the things don't work. But more things work than you think, because it's sometimes a little subtle what does actually work and how things work. I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's not subtle because, you know, it's like anyway clever, but it's cool when you figure out, hey, wait, actually, if I use it like this and then this fits together, and I can actually zoom from enemy to enemy here, and they're actually arranged in such a way, like somebody thought of this, like, maybe there is something to this. Like here, just from one to another, boom, boom, boom. As I promised, it's really cool. And over to the other side, because the homing attack distance is so good now that you have the KS snap, and generally when you're Shadow, and they're already all dead. So next wave, please. Oh no, kind of missed this guy. There we go, up there through the floor, not a problem because you have teleport. All of these guys, how quick is this gonna be? Did it, and they're all gone. I don't know why they're all gone, but I'll take it. Did you notice the 3 points I got, by the way, from when I had the glitched enemy group disappear while the combo counter from the previous one was still on there? That's an easy extra, I don't know, 3,000 points. Very, very nice. And this is how you get the very high score on Aquatic base. Yeah, it's not a high score. I'm not a score runner. But hey, pretty good, pretty good. I like it. Anyway, this is what happens if you try to homing attack here. And let's say I'm not pleased about it. Like here it's like debating, should I go for it? It's like, I'm just gonna tap the button. Like here, nothing is stored. It's like, why does it not work? I don't know. It's really, really annoying. Like this seems to be tailor-made to just not work. I don't know why. No matter how I push the button, it just doesn't work. I hate it. Anyway, here I'm like, oh yeah, let's try and homing attack to these guys over there. Maybe it works this time. And I completely forgot to hit the button. Like this, you see, I just skipped it, and I didn't think of it like at all. And I was like, so which of the doors do I take? No, they're not this one. This is always blocked. So it has to be that one over there. And the realization dawns that I never hit the button. A non-issue, right? You have a huge homing attack radius and you can get back easily. Now I destroyed these boxes and it just isn't enough. It just isn't enough. And I try and try and try, and I even try to like use the chaos attack. What is this box doing anyway? Could I have a ride with you on your physics engine? And like here, it's like maybe a little bit closer, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. This is a soft lock. I accidentally discovered a very, very easy soft lock here. So if you are playing this game, just yeah, be aware of this. If I was a speedrunner, I could glitch through this door, maybe go through the entire loop again, and then maybe I could get out of this. Thank you very much for your attention.